Hey team, welcome to today's class. Make sure your uniform is on, make sure you have your gloves ready to go, and then of course you're going to need your nunchucks ready too. And then if you're training at home and you have a wave master with you, we're going to be using that for part of today's class. If you don't, of course, you can strike as always. If you have a bag, be ready to use that. Okay, let's bow in. Natural stance, and attention. Left leg steps, make a fist, cover it. Take a second to set your intention for today, what you're going to focus on for the next 40 minutes. Bring your feet together and bow. Relax stance. Repeat after me. Say, to build true confidence, I must have knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, and strength in the body. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I choose to be a black belt. Okay, team, we're going to start right away with our nunchucks today. Remember, before you pick up your chucks, you're going to stop, you're going to bow first, and then pick up your chucks. And we're going to start kind of like we did last week, just with our jumping jack. So remember, you're working on either level 1, level 2, or level 3. Level 1, you were just passing your chucks overhead. Level 2 is overhead and behind your back. And then level 3 was over your head, behind your back, but you also switch directions at some point, right? So I might start going clockwise, and then halfway through, I start going the other way, right? So either one, whatever level you're working on, we'll go for 30 seconds. Ready, get set, and go. So either level 1, just switching. Remember, anytime you can connect your mind and your body during a workout, so good for your development, especially adults taking class with us today. If you're on level 1, challenge yourself to move to level 2. And then remember, the way you know you've really mastered a skill like this is that you can talk or do something else as you're doing it, right? Where you're not super mindful the entire time about what your body's doing. 10 more seconds. Time. Okay, for our next part of our workout, Mr. C's going to come out with me. Teammates, you're going to take your belt off. So take your belt off. Come on out, Mr. C. You can untie your belt, sir. Thank you. And then all you're going to do is you're going to lay your belt in a straight line. And you can keep your nunchucks in your hand, sir. You're going to have just your nunchucks in one hand. Doesn't matter, right or left. Hands on your face. Mr. C, you're going to stay in your spot. At home, you're going to stay in your spot. And you're just jumping side to side over your belt. We'll go for 30 seconds. Right in place though. Ready, get set, go. Remember, as you're jumping, if you have any kind of knee or hip issues, you might just want to step 1, 2, side to side. Some of my younger people taking class today, try to get your knees up every time. Yeah, exactly, just like that. 10 more seconds. Love it. Make sure your hands are staying up. Good posture. Focus on your breath. And time. Okay, next round, you're staying in spot, but now you're going to go front and back, Mr. C. So you're going to face your belt, you're just going forwards and backwards for 30 seconds. Hands are up, same thing. You can step if you have any kind of knee issues, or you can scale it up by lifting your knees each time. 30 seconds, and go. Yep, or stay right in the middle, nice and low, and really focus on speed, right? So as I think with any exercise, especially black belts, have some kind of focus. Maybe you're working on lifting your knees. Maybe you're working on going as fast as you can. Maybe you're thinking about your posture, just trying to keep everything upright. But have something to focus on. 5 more seconds, sir. Go a little bit quicker. Let's go at home. Beat Mr. C. Faster. 2, time. Okay, next round, you're going back to your side-to-side jumps, but now you're going side-to-side jump all the way up your belt, and then run back. And we just repeat that for 30 seconds. So side to side, and then boom, sprint back. And go. Yes, just like Mr. C, back and forth, go, 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 go. When you get to the end, run, and then do it again. Keep those hands up. We want to make sure when we're working out, we're still building good habits. 10 more seconds. Try to go a little quicker, get at least 1 or 2 more in. Go. And 3, 2, time. Okay, you know what's next. This time you're going front to back down your belt, right? So you're here, just forwards and backwards, all the way down. This time though, instead of running back, you're going to shuffle. sideways, and shuffle back. Yeah, great coordination. Keep going, 30 seconds. Forward and back. 15 more seconds. Try to pick it up a little bit quicker. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And time. Okay, before we do our next round, we're going to review the 3 strikes we practiced last week. Just so you can stay out here with me. Team, get your feet spread into a horse stance. Let's start with our chucks in our right hands. And remember, in class last week, we started just working on our 3 strikes. Hip, hip, and shoulder. So let's do it together. Remember, when you hold your chuck, team, you're holding it close to the top. When I say top, I mean close to the string. Second thing you want to check is to make sure your thumb, it's not sticking up and down, but you actually wrap it around your chuck, right? And then all we're going to do, in case you missed last week, we'll do it slow. You bring it up over your shoulder, you bring it to your opposite hip, and then here's the tricky part. Where the string is, where the top is, has to stay on your body. The mistake people make is they just swing open their nunchuck, right? The way I remember this, so if the top is the string, other side would be the bottom. The bottom has to stay pointing in the same direction the entire time. Right? I can put my hand on my hip, almost like the old nursery rhyme, I'm a little teapot, be a teapot. And then come up. Yep, exactly, yes sir, that's perfect. Ready, bring it across, hip, and then back up. Again, ready, hip, hip, shoulder. Again, hip, hip, shoulder. Great, on your own for the next 15 seconds. Just make sure you have that rhythm down. We're gonna need that for our kata today anyway. And then of course, if you can do it on your right, you're gonna switch and do it on your left, right? So hip, hip, shoulder, and the bottom stays pointing in the same direction the entire time. Okay team, so we're moving on to level 2. We're talked about in our warm-up. Remember, the key to really mastering these skills or knowing that you mastered it is be able to do it while you're doing something else. So Mr. C, what you need to do, you're going to do your ski jumps up and down, but at the same time as you're ski jumping, you're going to be doing hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder all the way down the line. It's going to be awesome. All right, teammates at home, listen, if you bonk yourself with your nunchuck, all you're going to say is that's a good one, and you're going to keep on doing it, team. It's good practice. We're going hip, hip, shoulder, side to side over our belt. We'll go for 30 seconds. And go! Yes, sir. Run back, please. Boom. Hip, hip, shoulder, side to side. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing. And then run back. Do it again. Teammates, if you're still working on it, don't worry about speed. Just try to get the rhythm down. And then get back. Let's get a couple more reps in. Hip, hip, shoulder, and back. One more time, one more time. Let's go. You have about 7 seconds at home. Go quick. Okay, reset. All right, team, you know the deal. If you can do it on one side, do it on the other side. So we're going to switch hands now. Get to your other hand. Same side to side. You're trying to go hip, hip, shoulder down your line. We'll go for 30 seconds, team. And go. Hip, shoulder. Make sure your feet aren't touching the belt. Yeah, this is great. To get that. Such good coordination training, such good mental training. Yep, run back quick. Hip, shoulder. Good, everybody get one more time through, Yeah, and run. Okay guys, last round. We're going back to our hip, hip, shoulder, so we're sticking with that. But now you're going front and back, right? So same jumps we did earlier, forwards and backwards, but you're going to try to keep that rhythm going with those 3 strikes. Okay, take a deep breath. Whew. Okay, 30 seconds, and go. Yeah, just run back, sir. Shuffle back, great. Let's go, halfway. Nice team. I remember when I was first learning nunchucks, I would just sit in front of my TV, just working on those strikes, right? Just kind of getting the rhythm down. Time. Okay, we're going one more set because that was so much fun to watch. This time, though, listen closely. You start with your chucks in your one hand. You go hip, hip, shoulder down to the end of your belt. And then, instead of running back, you're just going to switch hands and you'll go hip, hip, shoulder, just jumping the other way. Can you just show us one time, Mr. C?
Yes, sir.
So up and down, hip, hip, shoulder. Now when he gets to the end, he'll just put it in his other hands. And now keep his belly the same way, right? So we're working all those muscles pushing off the other direction, and he just goes backwards. Yep, okay, at home, we're going for 30 seconds. So you go up and then back, you switch hands on the way back. And go! Yep, and then back the other way. If you want to be fancy, you could add a catch at the end, so it would be hip, hip, switch it. We're going to be getting there in our form anyway, so if you know how to do that. Boom. Oh my goodness, a little trickier, but I love it. Yeah, you can do it in the middle like Mr. C's doing it. You could just do it at the end to make that transition a little bit smoother. Woo! Or just stick with that hip, hip, shoulder. That's really good practice too. Nice time. Good work, team. Shake it out. Mr. C, you can put your belt back on. You can stay on here though. I'm going to need you in a second.
Yes, sir.
Teammates, self-defense for this week is called sweeping serpent. The attack is a kick and then a punch, right? So someone's trying to kick you, and then someone's trying to back knuckle punch you right in the head. So what it looks like, team, if Mr. C does his front kick, he's kicking right towards my belly with his right leg, and then he's punching with his right hand. I'm going to get out of the way here. 1, he goes to punch. I block and counter. 2, grab, kick down on that leg, and as I cover out, I'm just pushing to get out of there. So one more time the other way. So team, this is level 1. I'm also going to show you for my senior black belt second class, level 2 once we get through this. So he does that right kick, I get offline here, he goes to punch, boom, grab, I anchor, I'll show you that in a second, you kick down, and then just as you're covering out, you're kind of pushing off him to cover out. Thank you, sir. I'll call you back in a minute. All right, so self-defense, it's called sweeping serpent. The attack is a kick and then a punch, and the attacker's coming with a right kick followed by a right punch. So we're going to start with our hands up. Remember, the most important part of any self-defense is getting your body out of the way. It's not getting hit, right? So I'm going to take my left leg. I'm going to step off to the corner. I'm going to get both legs almost like you're in a position to like run away. So I'm on the ball of my back foot. My knees are bent a little bit, and my right hand is doing a downward block right there. So I get offline, and I use my right hand to knock that kick away. Let's do it again. So we're here. Left leg steps, right hand is going to block. Step offline, boom. Now from here, that punch comes in. My hand that just did the block, it's your right hand. You're going to come up, and you do an outward block. And all I'm doing is just turning my hips a little bit. Let's do it again. We're here. They come, they're trying to kick me right in the belly. Get offline, block. Now that punch comes in, I'm going to do an outward block. My other hand is going to do a side fist right to the ribs. Remember, a regular fist is this way. Side fist is just sideways, like you're giving a thumbs up, right? Let's do it again. So it's called sweeping serpent. The attack is a front kick and then a punch. My left leg is going to step. My right hand is going to block. Step offline, block. They go to punch me in the head. That same hand just pops up. I punch. My hand that's blocking, that's the one that's already near the shoulder. It should be your right hand. You grab the shoulder, and when you grab, it's called an anchor, you're kind of like pulling down, right? You're trying to drop their body a little bit. Your right leg is going to side kick down behind the knee. The mistake people make is they do their side kick, and they kind of push out. You're going to imagine that you're taking your foot, and you're trying to pull them right down to the ground. So, let's do that again. We're here, sweeping serpent. Left leg steps, right hand blocks. Step off to the corner, knock it away. They go to punch you in the face, same hand, block and punch. Now remember, this hand is already near the shoulder. I grab the shoulder, I just pull in a little bit. This leg comes up, down behind the knee. I land, I'll show you this again in a second on Mr. C. You land between their legs. As you cover out, you're just pushing off them, and you're getting out of there. Let's do it again, we'll all do it the same direction. So we're here. Kick, punch, left leg steps, right hand block. So I step off, right hand downward block. Punch comes towards my face, block and punch. Same right hand, grabs the shoulder, kicks behind the knee, I push off, and I cover out. We'll do it one more time slow. Sweeping serpent. So step up with your left, right downward block, same hand, right block, left side fist. So make sure your fist right now, it's not this way, it's sideways. Grab the shoulder, anchor in, right, so you pull it in. This leg kicks behind the knee, and then we push off and we cover out. So one more time what it looks like if Mr. C's kicking me again. Remember that kick is coming right towards the belly. Let's do it facing the front first.
Yes, sir.
So follow along with me, guys. If you have someone at home or you're training with a family member, let one person be the attacker. Attackers, it's all right side. It's right kick and then right punch. So Mr. C kicks, I get off line, boom, right, he comes in with that punch. I block, right, so that hand's already there. This one punches, I grab, and all I'm doing is dropping my elbow in. When I kick, it's not out, it's down. I'm scraping down, and then when you land, I want to stay in the center line. All that means is, I'm not going to land on the outside of his leg. I'm going to land inside between his legs, and I just push off, and I cover out. For my senior black belts, remember level 2 of this, I'll just show you one time. He comes in with that kick. It's 1, 2, here, I anchor, boom, I kick down. And then senior black belts especially, you finish with that elbow, back knuckle, palm strike, and then get out there. Thank you, sir. Let's give Mr. C 2 claps. Good. Okay, teammates, for the next minute, we're going to work it together. If you know this, do it at your own speed. I'm going to stay on though with you and talk you through it a few more times. So we're here, left leg, right hand, block, block and punch, grab, anchor down, right leg side kicks, push off, and cover out. Ready, step with your left, right hand blocks, same hand, block and punch, grab, anchor in, kick, and then back it on up. Let's do it a few more times. Ready, soup, soup, up, stop back up, soup, soup, up, stop back up. Remember, advanced belt, senior black belt, if you can do it on one side, you should also be switching, practicing for a left attacker on the other side too. Everybody else, let's go a few more reps. Ready? Downward block, unwind, block and punch, grab, kick, push off, and cover out. 2 more times. Left leg steps, right hand blocks. Ready? 1. This hand is up in front of your face. Turn, block and punch. 2. Grab, kick, push off, and cover out. Last time together, sweeping serpents. Ready? 1, 2, grab, 3, push, and get out of there. Okay, teammates? Moving on to chuck kata. Remember, before you pick up your chucks, you're going to stop and bail first. Ready, bail? Pick up your chucks. Okay, last week we started our chuck form. Remember, what's going to happen over the next few months? We all learned the base together, and then advanced belts, you're going to scale it up, and then senior black belts, advanced degrees, you really have a lot of work to do because you have level 3 of this chuck form, which really builds on it. But we're all going to start the same way in the beginning. Start with your chucks in your right hand. Hands and feet come together. Left hand comes up. Right hand comes up. Big bow. From here, remember, we look to the left. Step out with your left hand and left leg. Left chop, right punch. So if you want to check right now, your front knee is bent, your back leg is straight, all of your toes are pointing in the same direction. Let's do that again, but then we got to move on. Ready? We're here. So, left hand, right hand, bow, look to the left, left chop, right punch. Okay, from here, these are the strikes that we were practicing earlier today. All I'm going to do is take the chucks in my right hand, I bring them up over my shoulder, and I'm going to go hip, hip, shoulder. Same thing you did in the warm-up, same thing you did last week. Let's do that again. Ready? We're here. Left hand, right hand, bow. Look to the left first, right? So you see your attacker. You step out, chop, punch, chucks come up. So now we're on my shoulder, and I'm just going hip, hip, shoulder. Great, let's do it again. We'll do it all the same way. Chucks in my right. Remember, we talked about top and bottom. You're holding closer to the top, right? The intention is what we're working on is more performance nunchucks, and we hold close to the top so we have more control, right? If I was doing this more for self-defense, I would hold closer to the bottom because I'm trying to go for distance and power, right? I'm trying to defend myself with them. Just no better or worse, just different, right? So we're focusing more on control. We're going to hold it up a little bit closer. So we're here. Left hand comes up, right hand comes up, boom, big bow. Look to the left, step out, left chop, right punch, chucks come up, hip, hip, shoulder. Great, one more time, and then I'm gonna get ready for next week. So over here, left hand, right hand, boom, bow, whoosh, look, chuck, punch, up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next thing you need to work on, team. In this part, I know you're gonna do really well with it. Face me, get into your horse stance, chucks in your right hand, bring it up over your shoulder. Okay, we're gonna start the same way. We go hip, hip. Now, all I want you to do, when you bring it up to your shoulder, this left hand is gonna slide right in front. The mistake people make, they start to reach behind their back. It goes right in front of your belly button. I'm gonna grab with that left hand, let go with the top hand, and then all I do, I bring it to my other shoulder. That's my switch and my release, right? So let's do that again. Start with your right hand, bring it up and over. So you go hip, hip, shoulder. Now my left hand is just gonna go whoosh, almost like a sliding door, right? I slide right across, I grab that chuck, I let go at the top, and I switch to the other side. And now once I'm on the other side, I'm just doing the same thing. I go hip, hip, shoulder, my other hand right in front of my belly button. Slides across, you grab your chuck, drop with the top hand, and switch, right? Hip, hip, shoulder. This one, whoo, slide across, grab it, let go with the top, get to the other side. Hip, hip, shoulder, we grab, we switch, hip, hip, shoulder, grab, switch. And so on your own, let's practice that for the next minute. You're just trying to go left and right, and then you reach in front to grab, and then once you're here, you bring it back up to your shoulder, and you repeat the pattern. Hip, hip, shoulder, get back to the other shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, switch, hip, hip, shoulder, switch. Nice series helping us, that's super exciting. Hip, hip, shoulder, and just keep switching back and forth. So this week, when you're sitting at home and you're watching TV, make sure you have some safe space. This is what I'd be working on, right? Getting that release really smooth, because that's what we're gonna need for our form, for our kata next week. We're gonna be really good at this transition. Good, let's do a couple more reps in. Hip, hip, shoulder, the other hand, boom, slide across, drop the top, get it over. Yeah, love it, team. Okay, take your chucks, lay them down next to you. We're gonna need them for our workout in a few minutes. Everyone, take a knee. Wonderful. So, our lesson of the week this week, really cool lesson. And before we start, I want you to think about how you want to start your day each morning. Do you, number one, want to wake up afraid and scared every morning? Or do you want to wake up ready to seize the day, ready to have a favorable, exciting day? I hope you're thinking the second one, right? Now, here's what's really interesting. The word alarm, most of us set an alarm each morning, right? The word alarm, kind of the rough translation or where it came from, was the phrase all arms. And what it meant was getting your weapons ready because there's going to be an attack, right? It comes from all arms, right? Get all of your arms, all of your weapons together. Now imagine starting each morning where you're waking up thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going into battle, right? That's not really the way to start the day. The word opportunity, the rough translation, comes from favorable results, right? Is one way to translate it. So imagine instead of every night going to bed, setting your alarm clock, you set your opportunity clock. You woke up each morning ready to seize the day, ready to take advantage of whatever opportunities come your way and really have a favorable outcome. Imagine how different your life would be. So what I want you to do right now is close your eyes. And team, I believe this is one of those lessons that's easier to say than it is to do, right? But make a commitment to yourself that you're going to embrace the challenge of it. And tonight when you go to bed, you're not setting your alarm clock, you're setting your opportunity clock. So when you wake up in the morning, it's not that you're scared and frightened like you're going into a war, but you're waking up ready for a favorable day, ready to seize those opportunities. Okay, team, open your eyes. Our workout today, Mr. C is going to come back on out. You're going to need your nunchucks. And all we're going to start with, team, is a shuffle front kick, right? Let's practice that together. So we're going to have our right leg back. You're going to put your hands up. And for right now, let's make sure our chucks are in our front hand, so it should be your left hand. When you shuffle, key ingredients, you're going to make sure your feet come together. They don't cross. That's the mistake people make, right? So your feet come together, so we slide up. And then since we're doing our front kick, the chamber matters. We're going to make sure that knee, I'm lifting it up and down, right? If I was doing a wheel kick, my knee might be chambered sideways. For a front kick, it has to be up and down. So chamber that knee up and down, sir. And then just fire straight out, asa. Straight, let's do it again. Ready, reset. So we're just going to slide up, boom, asa, and right back. So team, we're going to go for 30 seconds. Mr. C, he's going to be striking this bag over there. If you have a wave master at home, you're striking the target. If you don't, you're doing exactly what we just did. Asa, and then reset. We'll go for 30 seconds, sir. All right, ready? Get set, and go. Boom, front kick, I love it. Make sure, team, you're striking with the ball of your foot. If you were standing on your tippy toes, that part of the foot is striking. Awesome, sir, you got 15 seconds. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, time. Team, you can keep your chucks where they are. Just switch your feet other side. So same thing on the other leg. You're just sliding up, front kick. Make sure your feet are touching, not crossing, and your knee is up and down, pointed to the ceiling. Okay, 30 seconds. Ready? And go. Wonderful. Keep those hands up. Remember, you're shuffling. You're getting a little bit closer each time. Good, sir. 20 more seconds. Nice. Try to get that kick a little bit higher. Yeah, so challenge yourself every kick to push a little bit more. 10 seconds. 3, 2, time. Switch your feet, other side. All right, guys, next round, you're going for 30 seconds. You're just working jab and then cross. Doesn't matter what hand your chuck is in. What does matter, though, when you're striking with your chuck, you're not using your knuckles. You're actually using the chuck as the weapon, right? That's the part that you're striking with. So you're going to be here just moving around, sup-asa, or if you have a bag of Mr. C, you're going to be striking on the target with that jab cross. Okay, 30 seconds, sir. 30 seconds, team. And go. Yes, 1, 2. I love it. Let's go. Keep going. 10 seconds. Turn your belly into that cross. Time. Switch your feet other side. So you can keep your chucks where they are. Remember, it's jab and then strike with the weapon. Okay, sir. And go. Hands back to your face. Halfway. Time. Okay, this time we're going back to our shuffle front kick. We're going to add a little bit of movement to it, though. So Mr. C is going to start back here. He's going to face that way, get his right leg back, hands up, we'll face that way, sir. And then, team, all you're going to do, you're going to use as much space as you have at home. He's going to shuffle front kick, but he's going to go all the way down the line, maybe 4 or 5 kicks, and then he'll just run back and he'll do it again. Okay, guys, 30 seconds. Use the space you have available, and go. Yep, and then run back, sir. Perfect. And then, team, if it's only like 1 or 2 kicks, boom, just run back, do it again. And get back, get back. 10 seconds, then we're going to switch our feet. Go, go, go. Keep those hands up. Run quick. Let's go. One more set. Go fast. Go, go. demo team members, if you want to challenge yourself, instead of a shuffle front kick, you're going to make it a bit of a skip front kick. A skip front kick, almost exactly the same thing, except you had a little bit of a hop instead of a shuffle, right? So instead of 1, 2, there's just a little skip there, boom, before you kick, right? It's not like you're going for a height, you're really kind of penetrating, going for distance. Okay, 30 seconds, either shuffle or skip, left side, and go. Yep, 3 or 4, and then get back, do it again. Yeah, Mr. C doing that skip front kick, I love it. Let's go, one more set. Time. Okay, next round, you're going to start with your right leg back, sir. So boom, back to right leg back. You're going to go shuffle front kicks down the line, right? How many as you can, whether it's 2, 4, 10, whatever space you got. You go down the line. Instead of running back this time, though, you're going to do 5 squats, and then just turn around, and you'll shuffle kick the other way back. It would be 5 squats in each transition.
Yes, sir.
All right, if you forget, I'm going to remind you, but start doing your kicks one way. Go. So as many as you can. Then Mr. C's going to do 5 squats.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now he just comes back the other way. Oh, close one. 5 squats.
1.
And then you're back.
2,
You got the idea.
3,
5 squats
4,
in transition.
5.
Love it. Keep going, sir. 1. One more. Perfect. 5 squats. And back. Let's go. Last time. Yeah, wonderful teammates. Oh, yeah, no, sir. Finish your squats. I'm sorry. Yeah, finish your squats at home, team. 5.
3, 4.
And then stay in that horse stance. Boom, get down. Okay, guys, for the next 30 seconds, you pick whatever hand you want. So we're going to do both anyway. You're just going to work on your side, and then back. Hip, shoulder. However, I want you focused on a really good horse stance. Okay, 30 seconds, making those legs strong. And go. Exactly. And team, that's what this is the speed you're looking for, right? You might not be there yet, but this is what you're working towards. Good. 15 seconds, sir. Stick a little bit lower in that stance. At home, let's go. Push yourself a little bit lower. Your bottom should be even with your knees, butt even with your knees. Love it. Go a little bit quicker. Remember, if you bonk yourself in the head, say that was a good one. And right back to it. Time. Okay, chucks in one hand. Get your right leg back, hands up. Next combination, you're just going jab, cross, and then knee strike, right? So it's going to be front hand jab, back hand cross, back leg, knee. And then if you have a bag, you're striking the bag. If not, you're just striking right in front like you're shadow boxing. Okay, 30 seconds, jab, cross, knee, and go. Right, remember, strike with the chuck. Time. Switch your feet other side. So other one is going to be jab, cross, and then boom, knee strike. And go. Love it. Now strike with the chuck. Nice work, Sarah. Okay, guys, last round with our chuck for today. Get back into your horse stance. Get to your other hand, right? Whatever one you didn't do a second ago. And you're going hip, shoulder with the other hand. But remember, I want your focus to be really strong horse stance. 30 seconds, sir. And go. Exactly. Hip, shoulder. Seconds, sink a little bit lower in your stance. Focus on your breath. And remember, you're just trying to build really good muscle memory right now. 10 seconds, let's go, you got it. Stay down, stay down. Oh no, keep going. Time. Nice work, team. Shake out those legs a little bit. Take your chucks, you can lay them down. And then team, you could use, a chair would be ideal. You could use your couch though. If you don't have any of those things nearby, you could also use the floor. I'll show you how to modify too. Mr. C, can you go grab a chair for
Yes,
us?
sir.
We're gonna do a really quick finisher, team, the last couple minutes we have together. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna just put this off to the side for now.
Yes,
Perfect. Okay, Mr. C, you're going for 1 minute rounds. Team at home, we're going for 1 minute. You're starting with skaters. All the skaters, remember, you're gonna be here. Yeah, can you show us, Mr. C? That's
Yes,
right. Thank you, sir. Yep, so you're just switching sides. So you can step exactly like Mr. C's doing, or level 2, you add a little bit of a hop to it, right? So you get side to side. And if you really want to challenge yourself, as you're doing that hop, you also touch the floor each time too, right? Can you show us one of them, sir? Yeah, exactly. So you're really reaching down. So, whatever level you're doing, you're going for 1 minute of skaters. Ready, get set, and go. Yep, so remember you can just step side to side. You can add that hop like Mr. C is doing, or you can challenge yourself to touch the ground each time. For me, this is always one of those exercises. Doesn't seem like a lot until I'm doing a minute of them, and then I'm like, holy smokes, that's tough. Okay, halfway there, let's go. So remember, your modification is just stepping and crossing behind each time. Level 2 or level 3 is what Mr. C's doing with that hop and that touch. And team, remember, if you're younger than Mr. C, you're definitely doing this. Mr. C's in his mid-40s, so think about your age right now.
Sunscreen.
Mr. C,
Sunscreen, basketball.
lots of sunscreen.
Lots of sunscreen.
Time. Okay, next minute, right where you are, you're just doing sit-ups. So down the ground, nothing fancy, just all the way down, all the way up. And go.
Us. Us.
Go ahead, add some punches to the
Us.
top.
Us. 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 Us.
If you're punching, try to turn. So you get a twist in there each time.
Us. Us. Us.
Halfway.
Us. 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 Us.
Come on, 10 seconds, let's go.
Us. 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 Us.
Time. Okay, next round, so if you have a chair, that would be ideal. You could do it on the floor though too. You're doing 20 dips. Mr. C, can you show us how to do it on the chair?
Yes, sir.
So, his fingers are pointing down, his feet are out. The important part, team, is he keeps his hips up and he bends his elbows, right? That's really the key. Can you show us one or two?
Yes, sir.
Yep, so down, up. The mistake people make, and even if you're doing it on the ground, it's similar, right? You gotta get here, you could have your knees bent, you could get your legs out like Mr. Steve is doing it up. What you can't do though, is just like flop around like that, right? That's not a tricep dip. You gotta be up nice and high, try to keep your belly up, and those elbows are what's bending, right? Guys, we're only doing 20 of these. These are no joke, okay? 20 of them, sir. At home, get started, 20 dips, go.
1, 2,
All the way up,
3,
all the way down.
4, 5, 6, 7.
If you have any
8,
kind of shoulder issues,
9,
this would be a
10,
good chance maybe to
11,
switch to push-ups,
12,
or even just hold
13,
a push-up position.
14,
Tricep dips
15,
are no joke on
16,
those shoulders.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Woo! Okay guys, finish up, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna go through all those exercises one more time, but only 30 seconds. 30 seconds of skaters, 30 seconds of sit-ups. We're still doing 20 dips because, you know, that's how that works. But either way. So, get up, shake it out. Remember team, if you need to modify those dips, push-up position would be really good. Low plank would be really good. That being said, if your arms are tired, that's not a reason to modify, right? If you're tired, you're gonna do it anyway. But if you're working through some shoulder injuries, let's do some modifications. Okay, 30 seconds, you're back to skaters. Ready, get set, go. Side to side. And remember team, you can focus on getting low, you can focus on speed, any exercise you're doing, have an intention in mind. Halfway already, come on, you're doing it, let's go. This is your last 90 seconds, team. We're gonna finish strong when we get through these rounds. Okay, in 8 seconds, you're going right down to sit-ups. You're not resting, you're doing sit-ups right away. And go, sit-ups. Let's go right to it, all the way down, all the way up. When you're done your sit-ups, you're gonna try to pop up, get right to your dips. Come on, 20 seconds, this is it. If you're tired, who cares? Go anyway. That's why you're working out, you're supposed to be tired. Come on, 10 seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get to your chair, get to your couch. If you're doing them on the ground, get done your 20 quick. And go.
1, 2,
Love it,
3,
sir.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Shake it out if you need to, but finish strong. Get to 20.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Yeah, great work, sir. Come on at home, finish your 20. Thanks, Mr. C. You can go shake out those arms. Everybody else, team, when you're done your dips, then start to stretch out a little bit. We'll start with some circles. That should feel really good after those dips. And circle back. Your homework for today's class. You need to send a video of sweeping serpent. Sweeping serpent, remember, was that new self-defense. Block, block and punch, grab, kick, push off and cover out. That should be 7 seconds in your video. And you're also going to send a video of the beginning of our chuck form, right? So those first, we're up to probably 9 or 10 strikes now. Take one arm, reach across. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulder up, right? So try to keep everything nice and relaxed. And then if you can do it without bending your arm, if you keep your arm straight, the closer to your wrist, the deeper the stretch, right? Now what you have to be careful of, you're not bending like that. You gotta keep it locked down. Otherwise, pull it up high. Switch other side. Okay, team, let's bow out. Natural stance. And attention! Left leg steps. Make a fist cover. Reflect on your intention that you set at the start of class. Maybe you decide you're going to work on that the rest of the night. Feet together. And bow. Have a great day, everybody.